Hey, Eddie and Zotto, GamerNode.com, and I have a review today of a tiny little card game. This is Joraku from Moaideas and Tasty Minstrel Games, and it's sort of a trick-taking game, but mostly it's an area control game, where you'll be using your cards both to win and lose tricks as you play around the table, and use those cards for their values as action points on the area control map. So it's an action point allowance system as well as a trick-taking game, and it works really well. Let's check it out. So in Joraku, players are dealt a hand of cards, each with a number on them. Each suit is numbered 1 through 6. You'll take a look at your cards, pass 2 to the player next to you, and get 2 from the player on the other side, and then you'll have your hands for this part of the game. You'll play cards in a normal trick-taking manner. One player will play down their first card, and then you must follow suit if you have cards in that color. If you don't, you can play any other card, but if you have cards in the color, you'll be found out pretty soon because you play all your cards in your hand each round. The player who plays the highest valued card wins that trick, and the players who occupy the location on the map, which is the second half of the game, where their Daimo token is, get points based on area majority. Now, when you play your cards in the trick-taking portion, you don't just play it and move on. You play the card down, and then you use the number on the card as action points. And what that means is you can move your samurai cubes one space to the right or to the left using an action point. Or you can move your Daimo using 2 action points. Or you can eliminate an enemy samurai from the area that your Daimo's in for an action point. Alternatively, if you don't want to use the card as action points, you can simply place 0, 1, 2, or 3 cubes out onto the location that matches the number of the card. There are 6 locations on the map, and the cards go from 1 to 6. There's also the interesting character, the ninja, that will win a trick if there's a 6 on the board, but lose otherwise. If the ninja is played, of course, he would have to be used for either action points or placing samurais out on the board. He doesn't have a number, so he can't be used for action points. But the benefit is, he can place the samurais anywhere on the board, 0, 1, 2, or 3. And they don't even have to go in the same spot. All the other cards, they all have to go in the 1, or they all have to go in the 2. The ninja can place them anywhere, including Kyoto, which can't be accessed using any of the numbered cards, except by getting samurai out onto the board and then using action points to move into Kyoto. So that's how the cards work. The game is played over 3 rounds. At the end of each round, there's an intermediate scoring. The point values shift throughout the game, and after the 3rd round of card play and moving samurais and daimo around on the board, the player with the most points is the winner. Alright, so I dig this game. Joraku kind of surprised me. I had basically no interest in this game, and then I got it for review, tried it out, and was surprised that I felt like I was just, playing cards like a poker deck, trick-taking game. But then it expanded itself into a very interesting area control game where I was placing little cubes out to represent my samurais and moving my daimo, but then finding that these resources, these samurai and daimo, were limited, and then had to use the card play to manipulate my people out on the map, moving them back and forth to where they were necessary to either oust or dominate my opponents, or just go where the points were going to be, because there are 3 rounds and different areas are worth different points during different rounds of the game. So one side of the board is worth the most points at the beginning and the least at the end, and on the other side, vice versa. So you find that players will position themselves in different places and then sort of flow and ebb back and forth. And There's a lot of really fun take that, where just like, goodbye cube, goodbye cube, goodbye cube, and throw them at your friend. And you can perform actions that just really turn things around and have these come from behind victories or losses. And there's a lot more game in this box than I really expected, or than meets the eye at first glance. The score track is terrible. But other than that, I don't really have a whole lot of complaints with the game. I mean, I'm sure there are some elements of the transition from the trick taking into the area control that aren't perfect, but as just a simple game, it really does work well. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. This is a commendable game. 4 out of 5 on the GamerNode scale. Good job from Moaideas and Tasty Minstrel Games. And that's the review. I'm Eddie Inzauto. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell and you'll see all our videos as they come out. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and like our Facebook page. And of course, when the GamerNode Show podcast hits iTunes and Stitcher, you should be subscribed so you can listen to that too. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have fun out there.